Welcome everybody. We are going to be doing a variety stream tonight. Kind of in between two big games right now. I know we got Battle Pass is just kind of wrapping up the season, so we're going to be kind of waiting for that next season to fire back up before we pick up on that game. But that gives me an opportunity to kind of play something a little bit different, something that maybe one of you guys have the idea for. I did this a couple days ago. Really kind of went pretty well. There's my alarm telling me that I should get on my stream. Yeah, barely beat it. Um, but so what we're pretty much doing tonight is we're going to be kind of playing a bunch of random games we have access to, whether it be indie games or a game of your choosing, a game maybe you want to play with me. It's going to be kind of a wide open, kind of spontaneous stream. So whatever feels good, whatever seems like a good fit, we're going to do. And we're going to start off though while we're kind of brainstorming, and we're going to do a game called Pools. I played a little bit of it last time. It was really strange, but it's basically a spin-off of Backrooms, and it's all in like a pool bathroom looking thing. You'll see here in a second. Okay, so sorry, that music was a little bit too loud. But before I get too carried away with gaming, I want to go to mention one thing. I am now representing a company called Excess Energy. They're a healthy alternative to your energy drinks you buy from a gas station. When I say healthy, I mean they actually are like dramatically better for you than the ones you can buy in store. Here's one of them I have right here in front of me. This is a watermelon lemonade, phenomenal flavor. I think they have like 16 flavors or something insane, a ton of flavors. But they're kind of like G Fuel, where like they make a lot of different flavors and they're so unique in their own ways that like you end up loving tons of them. My absolute favorite I don't have right now, but it's the sparkling pink grapefruit is my favorite. It's like a 15% juice kind of deal. Still gives you the same boost. You're boosted, by the way, by B12, B6, pantothenic, whatever acid they use. It's all usually it's something where it comes from vitamins, and then you also get that little bit of boost of caffeine. But you feel a lot better drinking it, knowing the content and knowing that the transparency of the ingredients. I know a lot of things you can't pronounce on like a Monster Energy drink can. You're like, I don't even know what this stuff is. It looks like battery acid. Probably shouldn't drink it. That kind of stuff. Since I was 16 years old, I've drank every energy drink you can think of, man. So I've tried them all. I can tell you straight up, Excess is the real deal. They are the way to go, hands down. Best thing is you can't even find them in stores. They're exclusively online. That's why if you've never heard of them, it's because they're not pouring money into advertisement like Rockstar. So give them a chance. Go to the About page, click on Excess Energy. It'll take you to the what page where you can actually order them. Free shipping to your door kind of deal. So I think you love them. If you don't, you got 6-month money back guarantee. Return them. You don't have to even return them. You just call the number, tell them, hey, you know what? They weren't what I thought they were, which you're not going to do anyways because they are very good. But if you do, they just give you your money back. You don't have to even return the product. No questions. So pretty proud of the company. I'm happy to represent them. So but yeah, so let's get that pool game going here, and we're gonna go ahead and see what we can do. This will be fun. I say pool game, it sounds like we're playing pool. We're not playing pool. There we go. This game is so crazy. You'll see what I mean here in a second. Oh man, that flavor's perfect. Okay, it's right where I left off. Ever since I started playing this game, I've just been so curious about it. It's kind of like an eerie game where, like, you know, you'll be walking down a hallway and just weird stuff happens, and like noises happen far away that you're supposed to pay attention to. And honestly, the graphics are pretty good for it probably being a low budget film or film game. It's been a crazy day today. Just trying to. I got 2 kids that have strep throat at my home. I've been trying my best to not get it. Had a lot of the symptoms. I even missed a couple hours of work the other day because I woke up just feeling like I got hit by a truck. Not a great way to start a day, but took some, you know, some vitamins and got my immunity all boosted up, and I just went to work anyways, you know, 3 hours later. But yeah, I'm kind of the kind of, usually when it comes to sickness for me, it's a half day, one day, and I'm just right back to where I was before. So I'm very thankful for that. Such a weird game. What? You guys see that over there? Something in the water. Oh, it's a duck. He uses those ducks all the time. It's so funny. Do I get a flashlight on this game? No flashlights. Such a weird game, man. Although Backrooms are weird games. So, I mean, they're carbon copies. I don't know why, but I like games like this just intrigue the heck out of me because kind of like fantasy games, like you can kind of go anywhere you want with this because this is already beyond reality at this point. There's no bathroom in this world that has this many tiles. There's just nowhere are you gonna find this kind of a building. What is this? Are these lights? Can I walk through these? Oh, these must be lights. I'm just like waiting until I see somebody. Like, you think there's gonna be somebody that's gonna like just show up in this place? A creature, alien, I don't know, something, right? I've seen hands already on the first episode. Several hands on the top of a ladder. They look like human hands. Hear what sounds like bells off in the distance. Don't know what that's about. Go a little faster. We're walking just a little bit too slow. I'm just waiting for like something cool or crazy. It's like one of those games where maybe something crazy will never happen. You just don't know. Can I crouch? I can. What? Weird deal. Can you imagine going down that slide? That would be insane. I mean, this is more of, I guess, a puzzle game than it is like a scary game. But the eerie noises don't make it any less scary. I'll say that. Oh, you can go underwater. No, you die. Don't go underwater. That's what they just told me. Don't go underwater or you'll die. Or on the street. Okay. So, yeah. I'm really curious. You know, I'm not really sure where I'm going to go yet as far as the next kind of like season, if you will. I'm not saying like Call of Duty is dying. I don't think Call of Duty has ever really been a very well streamed game. You know, that's one of those games you just gotta play it, you know, to enjoy it. You can watch your friends play a little bit, but I mean, it's just one of those. I don't know where I'm going. It all looks the same. Place is huge, never ending. It's a tile nightmare. Oh, achievement. It's creepy. Just walking into the darkness. Can't do that. Alright. Weird. Weird. Chairs. These white chairs are just everywhere. It's so strange. Cheapest chairs you can buy. If somebody could afford this kind of tile, they could afford nice chairs. Oh my gosh, can you imagine somebody actually had to go in there and tile that? That would just, this is the construction worker in me coming out. Like, yeah, right. Just nobody would take that task on. Maybe forget it. Call someone else. Call someone else. Ooh, I love how eerie it is back here, guys. This is where weird stuff happens. Weird stuff happens. Ooh. Oh, okay. Interesting. A statue holding a block. Creepy eyes. Creepy. What is this? Blockers. Interesting. Where are we now? That leaves the same place. Breathing always trips me out a little bit. There's a doorway over there too. Hold on, music's kind of changing here. Music's kind of changing over here a little bit. Makes me think we're on the right track. What? Is this like a swing? Ooh, wow, this floor looks fantastic. Look at that. Wow. They even did the reflection. I don't think that really matches, though. Entry, okay. What does this do? Oh boy. Look at that. Going like a hole. Going into a hole. Pool hole. With showers in it. What in the heck? You're already in water. Oh my gosh. Hope I didn't miss any shock value going this way. I feel like I'm going the right way on accident. Or I'm starting all the way from the beginning again. See, this is the kind of game that'll do that. You'll like think you've done all this work and then you turn the corner. What was that? What was that? Was that on the game or was that in real life? I couldn't tell what that noise was. It's kind of freaking me out a little bit. Oh man, speaking of that, so coworker was telling me that apparently there's like the quietest place. Okay, if I walk off this edge, just like I can't go back. Is that something I want to do? I'm gonna say yes. I do. I'm gonna do that. All right. I hope I didn't make a mistake and like redo this whole thing. This doesn't look familiar though. But yeah, like the quietest room. What the heck? What was that? You see that? That was weird. Like a negative 20 decibel room, and no one's ever made it past an hour in it. Man, that feels like a challenge to me. Like that would be fun doing. Try to spend a whole entire hour in a room that's negative 20 decibels. Guinness Book. You can actually have a Guinness Book World Record. See, the weird thing is, according to what I read online, you pay $600 to attempt to break the record. But they say most people can't even make it past 5 minutes in the quietest room in the world. I just can't imagine that. 5 minutes? What makes you want to leave, you know? I don't know. It's strange to me. Yeah, let's make it sure. Doing some out here. Do that too. There we go. Starshiblos. All the cogs turning here. All right, let's see what we got here. We're coming to an end. Oh, look, it's like a hall of chairs to like a demise. See this? Like all the chairs watch you go down the hallway. Is that like the Backrooms music? Are you going to sleep? So loud. Look at this. Another sculpture. It's amazing the amount of like shine they can do on stuff in this. I don't think this was like a low budget game. The more I look at it. This is just to go down the slide. Something weird's gonna happen in the slide. Oh, just to go down the slide. That's what that was for. Alrighty then. That's fun. Is death. Don't go down that hole. I get in it? Can I like run this way? Can I like hop in the tube? That'd be hilarious. What? I'm like standing on it. Hold on. I think it's working. I think it's working. Yeah. Oh, I'm breaking the game. Oh. Come on, come on, move it. Move out the water. Oh, man, I fell off of it. Alright, that's not. Yeah, chapter 2 complete. Oh man, I think I got through that chapter relatively fast. I don't think I didn't take a single wrong turn. How is that possible? How is that possible? That's so strange. Kind of feeling like I should just do a bunch of indie games tonight and just beat them all. I'm like beyond excited this weekend for the Chiefs Bills game, man. It's gonna be truly like a battle to the end. Both teams want it so bad. This place gets more and more strange. Yeah, I'm really curious as to how Chiefs and Bills are going to do. I think it's going to be one of those ones where it's like a close game from start to finish, and it's just at the very last second somebody takes it. You never know. You know, a team could choke, and just it could be one of those games where it's a complete blowout. I mean, there's just a lot of ways it could go. Depends on how everyone's playing, how the communication is. I will say this: Arrowhead is going to make it extremely hard for them to hear. I mean, we do have the loudest stadium in the United States. I know what was it? The Seahawks tried to take that from us, but they did it inside of a with a cover on it, so of course it's going to be louder. Oh wow, a sauna. Interesting. Saunas everywhere. How many saunas could there be? What's up, man? How are you? My buddy Josh is on. Josh, have you ever played this game? It's called Pools. It's such a weird. It's inspired by Backrooms. And it's just strange, man. The whole thing is nothing but you like wading through a pool. It's just a toilet. Why would there be? Could you imagine trying to use this toilet? Like, you would be underwater using the bathroom. You wouldn't even be able to flush it. It would just constantly. What would happen if you flush it? Can I flush it? That would be even better. I actually have a toilet that has a button on the top like that in my own house. Oh, it's just such a strange. I think I'm attracted to how strange and obscene everything is. But the tradesman in me just keeps like focusing on how they would have had to do this tile work, and there's just no way a person could ever do this much tile. The whole thing is tile. You know how much grout it would take? And you're in a pool room, so you'd have to be really careful to make sure all that tile sticks, because like humidity in a pool like ruins tile. But that's not what we're supposed to be focusing on. I guarantee you. Oh man. Oh, the green one goes somewhere else. Where do we go? Let's find out. Somewhere very far away. Holy moly. Jeez. Josh, I was meaning to reach out to you and see how you been doing, man. I know it's been a while. Oh, look. Oh, that's just sad. The oh, back to where I started. Oops. Okay. So I guess I'm supposed to go down the red slide this whole time? Has to be faster than walking, right? Yeah, dude. Have you done a podcast recently? Soaring Night, by the way, everyone who ever watches this has a pretty cool podcast. That I don't know if it's what is it every week. You can. Oh wait, this is where I came from. Um, do you still do you have a certain like a frequency that you do your podcast? Feel free. I give you full permission to do a shout out to your own podcast for anyone who ends up watching the stream, because it's great information and it's I think it's an amazing topic. Yeah. Oh, my wife has told me that she had saw something on the social media about you working with a clothing brand. How'd that all come about? Hey, if you want, you can hop in Discord and we can talk about it. You want to talk about it? It's like casually walking through this. That is in the game. I keep thinking a cup gets knocked over, and I'm like, am I knocking something over? But it's in the game. It's weird. Can you just click the on my about page? There's a Discord link, and click on that. It should automatically invite you. Should do that, and then I can add you to the call. Oh, look, these are stalls, and one door is open. Where's my mouse? Oh, the game's messing up my mouse. Yeah. Oh, let's go to this one. It's fine. Don't need it. What? Where'd we go? There you are. Cool. Cool beans. Lobby VC. I don't actually. Have I even set that up yet? Have I set up lobby? Oh wait, are you already in one? Wait. Yes, you are. Ah, there we go.
What's up, man?
Hey, dude. It's Friday night.
I like your avatar.
Oh, thank you. Yes, that's the one game in my life I've spent more time playing than any game in my life by a landslide.
Let me turn your Twitch
Yes, yeah, you
voice
definitely
down to like 1%.
exactly.
No,
So
I'm
don't
not
so you don't
getting
hear
an
yourself
avatar.
twice. That's probably a good
Yeah.
idea. Oh man, oh, man. Met this really cool dude on stream the other day. He said France. It's just so crazy to me that we live in a world now that you can be talking to somebody on Discord who's in France and it's clear and like no delay, and you're just like it's like they could be right down the street from you. It's like
Yeah, it's
that's
pretty
blows my
crazy.
mind to this day. I'm sure you saw that thanks to David Park, he's let me represent Excess Energy on the stream.
Fun. Yeah, I'm not a big fan of excess energy.
I mean, I never had a single bad experience with them. I just bought so many in my life, and then all of a sudden, I just wasn't buying them. But definitely think compared to ones you buy from the gas station, they have to be better for you. There's nothing good at the gas station for you.
I mean, everything's bad for you.
It's true. Yeah. It's hard to find things that are actually decent anymore. So you watch Markiplier play this game?
Yeah, me and my son, Ashton.
How are your kids now?
They're good. So the last time we were like face to face, I think they were going by Matthew and Emily, but now they're going by their middle names. So Matthew is Ashton and Emily is Rain.
Just because they just felt like changing them to the, why not?
I mean,
It's cool.
we gave them both two middle names. They had plenty of options to choose from. So,
That's awesome.
but
What are they? Like
they're
8,
12 and 13.
12, and oh, are you kidding me? You kids are 12 and 13 now.
Yes.
Oh my gosh, man! It didn't seem like it was that long ago. This is such a creepy part right here. This
Ashton
reminds me of
is
Silent Hill.
14.
Did you ever play Silent Hill?
A little bit.
All the like the nurses, like when you come in the room, they're all just like standing still.
Hmm.
I feel like that's like the inspiration behind this whole weird, creepy.
I think the game's like less creepy and more kind of just like mind trip for you.
Yeah, like the underwater toilets, because that makes sense.
Yeah.
Somebody who's actually
Well,
on like real drugs playing this game would be just messed up.
I think what it does is just put you at a constant state of unease.
But like, so nothing, like yeah, like right here. What is this? What is this like anti-gravity? It's gonna be cool. If this actually works. No way. They're gonna do it.
You played a game called Subliminal.
Yes, beat it. Love it. Or no, you mean superliminal?
Yeah, that one. The one where you can pick up an object and then change your perspective and it changes the
Mm-hmm.
size of it.
Oh, it's like yeah, it's like Portal, but more of like a scaling kind of game.
Yeah, that game was a lot of fun.
I think they should make a second one. I think that one did well enough they could do a second. I went back and actually got 100% completion and like found every fire alarm. Then went back and did all the secret rooms. There's a lot of little Easter eggs in that game. Is this already at the end of chapter 3? No way. I
Yeah,
don't
I
think
think
so.
right now I'm playing like 4 or 5 different games.
Dude, I beat Pokemon Quest like
Cool.
95% complete, actually. Okay, I tripped. What?
Yeah.
Someone
So
else is walking.
I haven't beat Final Fantasy VII Remake yet, mostly because like I don't want to beat it until I have Rebirth, and I think I'm at like chapter 12. So they just dropped the plate in Sector 7,
Oh yeah. Wow. So you're
and
pretty far.
Yeah, I think there's like 18 chapters.
Okay,
So
hold on. Is
I'm
that?
almost done with them.
Are you playing the original game?
No, remake.
The remake.
Uh, yes. So the remake is in three parts. So you have remake, then there's a DLC called Intergrade, which is just like it's mostly disc 1 of Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Rebirth is disc 2, and then they just finished the story for Square Enix for the third one.
Wow. So
Yeah.
if I can flush them like Scooby toilet, flush them down the toilet. Yeah. No, so I've been wanting to play the whole Final Fantasy remake stuff, and I guess I'm still a little confused. Is the one that's on Steam, is that the remake?
So Final Fantasy 7, I believe, has two versions on Steam. If you look it up, I have Steam. No.
Are you streaming right now too?
No.
Oh.
I have Steam pulled up. No, I don't stream.
You don't stream at all, like YouTube or anything anymore?
Well, right now I'm kind of just focusing on getting my meds in order.
Which one do you take? Because I used to take those meds too.
I'm taking an off-brand version of Zoloft.
Okay, yeah. See, I was on the off-brand version of which one was it? Lexapro. Yeah, and nothing, absolutely nothing bad to say about it. It was great. The only reason I stopped taking it, honestly, was it made my midsection have something weird. I didn't feel right. You know, there's some reaction I was having to just that one medication. I was like, yeah, I don't know if I want to. But they said it's like 1 in like 10 people have that, just a side effect. And I was like, okay, maybe I'll find a different one. And then I did take Strattera for a while, and that one did well. It just kind of knocks a little bit of the edge off of anxiety and depression.
Yeah. Right now I'm sitting at, so tomorrow morning we're going to be 7 officially.
How do you feel so far?
I don't feel sad.
That's good.
That's good. The only side effect I'm having right now is manic episodes. I just have like I want to go to sleep, but I have this burst of energy, so that's why I'm still up.
Yeah, see, this is to me like my evening just starting because I have kids that all go to sleep. Then I finally have time to do stuff.
But yeah, so on Steam, the original is just Final Fantasy VII, but the new one is a Final Fantasy VII Remake Intergrade. That's the first one.
Okay.
And then Rebirth is the second one that just came out.
How do you like that game? I mean, compared to the original.
Combat is different, so it plays more like the newer ones, where you're not like you still have your limit bar, still have your HP and.
It's kind of like Final Fantasy 13 fighting.
Yes, the combat's much quicker. I think it's more attuned to 15, where they're really streamlining the combat. Which, I mean, if you like the new combat, then the remake one is definitely the one to play.
Yeah. I know. Ever since, I mean, when Squaresoft did Final Fantasy, I knew it will never be the same. You know, they were a totally different animal. Just even like in story and stuff. I don't understand. If this is supposed to be spirits, they keep running into me. It's so weird. Like I'm trying to figure out what their motive is behind this game. Like, just I guess auras keep running around, but they're not people. They're not ghosts.
Yeah. So I'm currently doing therapy, and then I have the psychiatrist for the meds, and I'm just trying to get everything regular.
Yeah.
And then the psychiatrist recommended that I do continue doing the podcast. It's just a matter of I want to, 10 days with my meds, see where I'm at.
Yeah.
And then kind of assess from there. But I've also been working with Self-Loathe Club. That's that clothing brand I was talking about.
Oh, is it called Self-Loathe?
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
Okay.
it's a fun, humorous play on like self-love.
I get it. I climb that mountain.
But yeah, I'm working with Nick. He lives out in Denver, and So I'm helping him with branding and all that kind of stuff.
How did you go about meeting him? Where did that all start?
So he, towards the end of last year, he was doing this challenge where he was posting a video every single day talking about different mental health topics, and just like each day had a specific intention. And I saw a couple of his videos, and one of them was like talking about, doing what's best for you, getting meds. Like, you're not weak for seeking help.
Absolutely.
And so that with the encouragement from my wife, um, definitely helped me reach that hurdle to get over to get help and start taking meds. And so I reached out to him saying, hey, I really like your videos. Definitely helped me out a lot. And then we just started talking. And then yesterday we just had a strategy meeting talking about the brand. So
that's
yeah,
awesome,
it was a lot
man.
of fun.
So I mean, what would your role be with that company?
As of right now, it'd be
Like a designer?
brand and art director.
Gotcha. That's gonna be cool, dude.
So
Yeah, I mean, honestly, you have a great gift as far as designing. I've always seen that.
my first task was getting his Discord up and running.
Honestly,
Because he
dude,
had one,
I
he had
created a
one
Discord.
built.
I have no idea how I got like a lot of it done, but I don't really even know what I'm doing on Discord still. I have no
Yeah.
idea. It's
So
hard, man.
he had channels, and then I just went through, reorganized it, grabbed stuff from his website, like his mission statement, and retooled a lot of the things. That was
No.
my first task. Now I'm working on the mascot, the little, you know, the character that's gonna represent the stuff for social media.
Yeah. That'll be awesome. Yeah, I had that idea for a Discord called Go 30,
Mm-hmm.
and I'm not sure you saw that one. I haven't invited anybody to it yet because I have no idea if it's even ready for people. But uh, gamers over 30, I thought it'd be so cool to have a group of people that are like actually older that all kind of have like relatable ages. And then that way, when you're on there, like you don't have to like worry about like an 18-year-old being immature or like dealing with that. You can just kind of have your people. And I still think it'd be fun to have like a 30 and above Discord server.
I mean, why not?
Yeah, so I made it, and I got a bunch of bots in there now, and Rhythm Bot, and I got the Setup Bot to help me build all the channels. It's crazy that you can just use Setup Bot, and it builds every single channel for you. They're like, oh, that's great. That's wonderful.
Yeah,
It
Discord's
doesn't,
pretty good. If you're going to build one, you can actually follow a template
yeah.
based on what you want it to do.
And I got that one little turtle bot in there, and he does okay. But yeah, so I mean, I need to watch some more videos, man. I'm such a YouTube university guy where everything I don't know, I just get on YouTube and start learning it slowly.
I mean, that's how I learned all my graphic stuff. So
Yeah. Where did you go? What kind of channels did you follow to learn a lot of the graphic design ideas?
it was mostly like, so first when I was first starting out, it was mostly like what did I want to do. So like if I was needing like a certain effect, and just typed it into YouTube as to the best of my ability how to describe it, and just follow the tutorials. This wasn't like a specific person. It was mostly like, what tool do I need in the moment to do the effect that I want.
More like it's instructing you on what each tool can accomplish. That way, okay, yeah. So if I want, there we go.
Or like if there was like a certain style I liked, then I would follow like a tutorial on how to do that style, and I kind of just learned and adopted as I went on. My style has definitely changed.
Yeah, because I mean, in the beginning, you did a lot of drawing of like Pokemon like ideas, didn't you?
I still do.
Yeah.
Like above my desk, I have a hand-drawn picture of Blastoise.
So what's your take on Pal World? Do you feel like they really did rip off Pokemon? I don't think they did at all.
So I'm a centrist. I could see both sides of it. Yes, a lot of the designs are very similar. Pal World is more like a mishmash of like multiple different Pokemon in one form.
Exactly.
There's a couple that are very, very on the nose. There's a Anubis one that looks just like a Lucaria with Egyptian garb. There's a one that looks like a Luxray, and there's a couple others, but like it's very on the nose. But I will say, in defense of Pal World, Nintendo kind of did a scummy thing, and they patented their ideas after the fact, because they didn't have a patent for catching a Pokemon in a ball. It wasn't until after Pal World came out that they pushed that through.
Ain't that funny? It's like, wait a minute.
Yeah. So both companies are kind of in the wrong. It's just a matter of how wrong they are. At this point, like, sure, Power World can give Nintendo money, but the court of opinions is what really matters, because that's what's going to drive sales.
Well, and that's the thing. Is like, have you played any Power World before?
Yeah, I played it when it first came out.
What do you think of it? Good, bad?
If you played Arc, it's just like Arc.
Without the dinosaurs.
Without the dinosaurs. Like, Arc plus Pokemon. That's how it felt like to me. Like, I liked some of the designs. I thought they were pretty cool. I like being able to ride them and do cool things, take them into battle. Sure, it was fun to have, which one was it? I think it's like Kativa can have like, no, there's a little squirrel one, and they carry around a Glock.
Yeah, they're awesome. Lift monk. They call them like lift monks.
Yeah. So
I started a server just for the Risen Tide Twitch, so that people can play with me on Power World, and we can just build like a big community on there. And then I realized that the one that you buy, or not buy, it comes to Game Pass, is not the same as Steam at all.
Right. Yep.
Like, you can't even have a 32-person server like you can on Steam. And so I'm like, wait a minute, how come I can only have 4 people? I'm like, that doesn't make any sense. And then I started doing some reading online. I'm like, oh dang,
Yeah.
I need to basically buy the Steam version if I want to do what I want to do.
Yeah. Pretty much, like, my Xbox is just purely for playing Fortnite right now. Like, I don't pay for Game Pass because I don't want to rent my games. At least with Steam, like, when I buy the game, it's mine.
And see, I lucked out with my buddy Josh, who works at Micro Center. He let me in on his family account, and so these are all his games. But he owns like 400 and something games on Steam. I'm like, oh my gosh, dude, you spent so much money on Steam.
I've been collecting games on my account since 2010.
Goodness,
Yeah,
so you probably have that many too then.
Like, yeah, I mean, if I filter out all the trashware games, I mean, it says I have 352, but like most of those are like
Indie games, yeah.
Yeah.
Ones where like you buy a bundle and they come with like 6 games, and you're like, I don't know what half of these games are.
Yeah.
Have you ever bought the Humble bundles?
I've only, well, I don't do actual Humble bundle. I did the choice, where it was like a monthly subscription. But like I can choose if I wanted to do it that month or not.
Well, that's kind of neat.
I kind of just pay attention to what games are going to be in there, and you're like, oh, okay, so it's only $11, and I can get 10 games.
That's really good.
Yeah, I like doing Fanatical. They do bundles all the time too. They like to do the like a pick and choose, so they'll have a whole list of games in this category, and then you kind of pick and choose the ones you want from that.
Okay. Nice. Yeah. I guess this month is the 1-year anniversary of Power World coming out, January, and so they did a bunch of updates now. I'm not sure how long it's been since you played, but they've added like twice the game that it had a year ago already. Like, in the last like 6 or 7 months, they've done like 3 massive updates on the game, and there's more levels, there's more items, there's so much more to do. But I was reading, and they're gonna have Power World on mobile devices. I'm like, how are they gonna pull that off?
They're probably gonna pull it off the same way Arc did.
Arc is on mobile?
There's a version of it on mobile, yes.
Okay, obviously it's not the size of the game that's on PC, but
yeah, you can't join like big server lobbies, but like wanted like a single player experience, you can put it that way. It's very bare bones with the control scheme and like what you can actually do. It's not as elaborate as the full version.
Okay. So right now you're just basically playing Fortnite as your main game?
On the Xbox, yeah. PC wise, I'm kind of just flirting between Cyberpunk. I really need to play The Witcher. I have it, I just haven't played it yet. But mostly just indie games like Moonstone Island is like a Pokemon meets like Stardew Valley.
Really? Never heard of it. Have you tried it yet?
Oh yeah, I have.
Which one's called Moonstone what?
Moonstone Island.
I might check that out. I love those two games. If you were able to put them together, that'd be better.
Yeah, it's so like the combat is like your monsters. They have a deck that you draw from, and so you can have three monsters on your team, and so you're drawing cards from your deck. You have 3 energies you can use per turn. You can befriend the other monsters, and then you can get them for your farm. So you can build a farm. You can have a barn with your animals in it. But I mean, it's all fun. I have like 20 some hours in it already.
Nice.
It's literally a game. I turn on the Steam Deck, I grab my controller, I turn on the projector, and I just zone out for like an hour or 2 in bed before I go to bed.
That sounds like a lot of fun. You have a Steam Deck?
Yes.
How do you like it?
I love it. It's definitely made playing video games a lot easier for me. I don't have to worry about turning on the PC if I just want to play a couple hours of Moonstone Island. And it's dedicated, set up in my room. I got it on a dock, and then it's hooked up to a projector the wife got me for Christmas.
Have they come a long way with projectors? I mean, are they actually pretty decent to look at now, as far as quality?
The one we got was off the TikTok shop. It was like $50 or $60. Decent quality. Like, I mean, we've had no issues with 1080p video.
Wow, good. That's nice.
But like, when I worked at the Ford dealership, they had a warehouse that they were consolidating, and they had like 3 or 4 projector screens in there. So I took one of those and just been sitting in a closet until now, which I can finally use it.
Oh yeah, for the actual to cast onto.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
So you actually have a real projector screen it hits.
So I rigged up a bracket, attached it to the ceiling, and I pull it down when I need it.
That's awesome. You like do like debriefing in your bedroom.
Yeah.
Let's talk about what the plan is. Does
What
it retract back up like the old ones in the movies?
Yeah, I can retract it back up. Yeah, the wife thinks it's ridiculous, but I don't care.
Yeah, exactly. Who cares? I mean, here's the thing. You better not be showing random people your bedroom anyways. And that's a weird place. Like, hey, come see my bedroom. It's like, why?
No, but I'll do post pictures online. Like, I was playing Final Fantasy VII Remake in bed.
I mean, yeah. Why not post that? That's cool.
Yeah, I posted a picture in the Discord, and everyone was like, that's so cool. But no, tomorrow's a big day for us. Yep. Me and Kelly celebrate 16 years being together.
Man, that's a lot, dude. That's awesome.
And then November is 15 years of marriage.
And how is she had some health issues. How's she doing? How's she doing? Pretty good?
Right now she's doing good. She's also kind of getting her meds back in order. She's taken Manjaro, trying to lose weight. She's already in school. Yeah, we're just, this is the year that we're gonna, not be sedentary. We're gonna get stuff done.
Honestly, man, I'm with you there. I'm trying to make this 2025 the year we finally get some debts paid off and move forward. It seems like it's every year, even though we have 5 kids, and we get good taxes and stuff. It just seems like every year it's always just not enough yet. We're not there yet. It's like, okay, next year we gotta do something different. We're gonna try. I mean, the good thing is, and this is where it might be a huge blessing, is in April. You usually get your taxes and whatnot come in between now and then. But then we have a contract negotiation for our union, where we're supposed to actually finally negotiate like a way better rate because we haven't got a raise in like 20 years. And so when all this inflation and stuff happened, like we're like now one of the lowest paid unions in Kansas City because we still haven't made any more than we did 20 years ago. And oh my gosh, this game just turned into Backrooms. I did not see that coming. It's literally just Backrooms now. Backrooms with a pool in it. But the I think I might be on the final level right now. I think there's only six levels. But the so not only is the contract negotiation happening, and like most of our guys are like, wait, we're not going to take any less than like a $7 raise. It's like, yeah, that sounds good. We need that. And so that happens. One of my kids is almost potty trained that's using diapers right now. So one kid's worth of diapers is falling off. And then my 5-year-old will be going into actual school and not be in preschool anymore. So then I have that expense of like a child being in preschool every month going away. So it's like all those are going to happen like at the same time. I'm like, okay, yeah, let's use that for momentum and get some stuff done. Okay, now it's apparently, what's that show with the phone booth? Doctor Who. Bunch of random phone booths. They put all these colors. All I think about is the Olympics. So yeah, so your podcast, it's about mental health, isn't it? Lately. And
that's the main focus.
Yeah. But you kind of branch off that different ways each time.
Yeah, so we're trying to expand it a little bit more. We mostly started with just mental health and just going through the different things that like I've been dealing with, and any of the guys that was recording with me, like if there was a specific topic they wanted to talk about. Pretty open book. We've already talked about suicide. We've already talked about childhood abuse. We don't leave any topics on the floor. I mean, I don't think it's beneficial to anybody to leave topics.
Oh, only because they're taboo or something. It's like, come on, man. No.
Yeah, like we don't care if it doesn't fit some algorithm. Like if it's worth talking about, it should be talked about.
Usually the most like the anti-algorithm ones are the ones that need to be talked about the most. Yeah. Because everyone's afraid to like you were saying earlier, like it is absolutely not weakness to get help. Like right. The strongest people actually know themselves enough to get help. And honestly, I would say 80% of society needs help, but they're refusing to admit it.
Yeah. Well, I think a lot of it was just a huge misstep in past generations and how men should operate. Thinking that men should be stoic and kind of just carry everything on our shoulders and not pass the burden along.
Yeah.
I think that did a lot of disservice. Telling men that they're not allowed to cry because it's a sign of weakness. I mean, I look at it this way. How are you going to tell that your glass house is broken unless there's a leak somewhere?
Yeah. You know what? Raining is what, shows you the focus areas on a building.
Yeah. So we try and not leave any topics behind any paywalls or anything. We're pretty open about anything, and we're not PG. We do curse.
Dude, honestly, I'm not PG either. I work in construction. I try to be a little bit, just kind of so that other, just to make sure that if somebody wants to be a little bit younger audience, they don't feel like nobody should ever feel wrong being part of a stream. And so like some kids, if they're 15, 16 years old and like their parents are strict, I want them to be able to have full access to like hanging out and getting to know them, And so like if they could tell their parents, yeah, he's a clean streamer, yeah, he's really straight and narrow kind of deal, it might help somebody having access to information or have the ability to have a new friend. And I don't know, that's when I got into Twitch streaming, it was truly about growing, growing a community of people that you could actually like keep up with and like care about in a way. And it's crazy because I mean, since I've been doing this, I've met so many neat people along the way that like I truly call friends, and like I don't know where they live. I don't need to know where they live. You know, it's like they're within the stream. We're friends, and it's kind of neat.
Yeah.
This is craziness. This escalator to nowhere. What is this?
When I started streaming in 2020, was just trying to do it to meet new people, and I have a friend named Hangry from Jersey, Tier from Texas, Raptor from Florida, Desert from Canada.
That's awesome. All over the place.
Yeah, it's really cool. How small the world really is, especially when things that are used to divide us are left at the door.
Yeah, no, and honestly, you already know that you have something in common with them because that's how you guys met, you know?
Yeah. Very trippy escalator.
This little house is weird. Are you still watching this?
Yeah. I just have your volume turned down, so I don't get that reverb.
No, I got you. No, I think there might be another level. I can't remember what level. There's only 6, I think, on the screen. I don't think this is a long game by any means. Oh, I can open that door.
I think when we watched Markiplier, I think he did it in like an hour. I mean, obviously that was edited down, but
yeah. I'm at probably like an hour and 15 minutes of gameplay at this point.
Yeah, stream-wise,
Oh,
you're
wow,
at
this is
an
kind
hour
of neat.
10.
What the heck? What? Okay. This is the end of the game, I assume, because I am completely out. What in the heck?
Giving me the Truman Show vibes.
Yeah, right? No, the first one I thought it reminded me of the Gold Saucer music when I first came out here. I was like, wait, is this Final Fantasy VII? We were just talking about that. Yeah, dude, I'm about to have my first teenager here this year. I'm not really sure what that's going to entail yet.
I'm already there. My oldest is going to be 14 this year. And
how is it, man? I mean, being a dad of a teenager, is it as bad as they say it is?
It's kind of hit and miss. Some days I tell them, tone down the sass. Other days they're freaking awesome. So, like, I don't know.
Do you enjoy these years more than you did when they were really young?
It's kind of hit and miss. Like, there's moments I miss, and then, I get to play Fortnite with my kid, and like, this is probably the funnest age in my opinion. But there's things from the younger ages that I miss. I think the thing I miss the most is their need of me. Right now, they're pretty self-reliant. They can make their own food. They know how to do their own laundry. Sometimes I don't feel needed by them, and that kind of hurts a little bit.
Yeah. Okay, this is I was on chapter 5. I was worried about that with my kids, like feeling like like I already have. Oh, there's a little finger pointing. That's funny. Like the very first episode, it's like the first chapter all over again. My daughter, like most days when I come home from work, like she's in her room and I don't even see her anymore. I'm like, where are you? What is going on? She's 12, and But in Baser, where we live, that's already middle school in sixth grade.
Yeah.
Sixth grade is part of middle school. And when I was in sixth grade, I was not part of middle school. I was still elementary. So it's a little different, like, knowing that she's that age and has lockers and has to, like, go from class to class already and has all that. And, it's she's done so much maturing so quick because of it. And I'm worried because, in the beginning, when we adopted her, she was my wife's before I met my wife. And I didn't know how to be a father to somebody to a kid that wasn't my own in the beginning, because I assumed it's just all going to come together. I'm gonna figure it out. You just do it. It's all you do. And that was always my go-to, was always just like, just wing everything, and it'll all work out. And I wish I can go back and be a little more intentional with everything I did, and actually, like, really, like, take it more serious, because I found myself doing a lot of coasting as a father, and I think it's kind of a natural, like, I don't know, coping mechanism to kind of coast and, like, just kind of, like, roll with each punch. But like you meet these dads that, like, know better and actually, like, grow themselves in ways that they can actually, like, benefit their children. And looking back, I just wish I could have done that with her a little more, and actually, develop better heartstrings between her and I.
Yeah, I look at my journey as being a dad, and while the biggest thing I wanted was that my kids never had to endure what I went through, and I can say 100% that they haven't had to endure what I had to go through.
That's awesome.
But to your point, I wish I would have spent more time with them, been more intentional, maybe got my my shit together so that we didn't struggle so much.
But that's the thing, man, is, like, people that even get their shit together still struggle. You never notice that? Like, you always think, okay, if I just would have done this, and, like, what can you do? Like, this world is not equipped, like, to support fathers in ways. It's not really it's not geared to, like, help us, like, rise above the stresses of family building. It just isn't. Like, you'd have to, like, go a road that's probably less traveled if you want that bad enough. And yeah, I remember just looking back. I'm like, wait, who, like, because and when you're a child, you have, like, father figures or males that you, like, look up to, and, like, okay, I want to be like you, or I want to do what you do. That's a natural thing a child does. Like, when you become an adult and then you become a father, you don't necessarily have, like, a guy friend usually that's, like, an awesome father. You can be like, hey, I want to be like you. It just doesn't really happen. And so, like, a lot of times there's not, like, a role model as far as parenting. It's just kind of you versus the world, it seems like. But, and maybe there is. I mean, did you ever have anybody in your life that, like, you modeled your parenting after? Or did you just kind of, like, figure out your own way to do it?
I am modeled after my grandpa, my mom's dad.
Oh, okay, cool.
But I mean, he lived with me and lived with our family for as long as I can remember. When we moved out of Whiteman Air Force Base, because my dad was in the military, and we moved to Kansas City. Let's see, that was about second grade. From, like, second grade until I was an adult. Like, my grandpa on my mom's dad lived with us, and he was always there. He was, sure, we gave him a ton of crap, and probably conned him into way too many Funyuns and Dr. Pepper. But I mean, but he took time, he took time out of his day to spend time with us. There was a activity that he did with each one of us. Like, me and him would sit on the couch and we would watch The Three Stooges, Abbott and Costello, I Love Lucy, and just laugh at fart jokes and just have a good old time. That was the thing that we did.
That's awesome.
He was very intentional with the time that he spent with others. And I wish I spent more time with him, but as becoming a dad, I definitely wanted to model him versus my actual dad. Mostly because early in my life, my dad was abusive. I mean, I'm not gonna sugarcoat things. It wasn't until my youngest sister was born that the physical abuse stopped.
Wow.
So I was about 6, but then it turned into something else. It turned into emotional and mental, and I definitely didn't want my kids to have to endure that.
And did you ever find out, maybe what did he go through as a child that maybe promoted that in his own
I
mind?
mean, he was abused by his mom,
Yeah.
and he was neglected by his dad.
So,
But
yeah.
I mean,
Doesn't mean that you
that's
have to carry it on. There's ways you can get healing on
yeah.
your own and rise above that too.
Well, and my dad is also a narcissist, and my mom's a narcissist, and so like, I talk to them. It's like, oh yeah, I'm going to therapy, and I'm doing this, and this. And my dad, I mean, he wants to spend time with me because he knows his time is limited. He does have stage 4 cancer. He is actively dying,
Oh man, sorry to hear that. Man.
which sucks.
Yeah.
But
How's that?
there's
How are
like
you handling that? Because I mean that
it
takes a toll on a son too.
it. I mean, I have my days where like, and that's where like the therapies coming in. Like,
Yeah.
how do I, because I was talking to my psychiatrist and they were like, usually men in their 30s, it starts to like unearth all that childhood trauma that wasn't dealt with in their 20s.
Yeah.
Like, I'm feeling all those things. Um, and so like my depression really took root. I was withdrawing like from everybody. And so taking meds and doing therapy, trying to get the help I needed. Now I'm having to rationalize. Do I spend time with my dad? I'm already busy enough as it is.
Yeah.
To then add spending time with him. So I have to now be intentional with my time. Plan things versus just, oh, I'll see you on Friday, and then something happens, and then I don't respond. That, oh, I can't show up. So, like, I scheduled when I'm going to see my dad. I'm going through all of the childhood stuff. I'm working through that. So it's hard dealing with the fact that he's dying. That there might be a day where like I finally get through the therapy, and then I'm ready for the closure, and he's not there to get it. Like I'm not there to get it from him.
You feel like
And
you're like you're racing the clock a little bit now, aren't you?
Yeah. So it's hard. And then that's where it goes back to like with my kids, they're growing up, and the one thing I wanted from my dad is the one thing I'm wanting from my kids now, and that was to feel wanted and needed by them.
Yeah. No, that's seriously.
And I
That
think
is
that's
such
kind of
that's
like
such a real situation for a lot of
like,
men like you and I.
well, it's a huge lesson too. Like it's so funny how it manifests. Is like the one thing you wanted the most from your own dad is the thing you crave the most from your own kids. Like
Yeah.
I wanted my dad to want and need me, and instead he asked my brother for help. He doesn't bother to ask me for help with anything. Um,
How,
so
do,
yeah,
you, do you feel like
it's
he has a better
super weird.
relationship with your siblings?
Oh, 100%.
And that's
And part of that was because I withdrew from that,
yeah.
from whether I self-preservation, or if I stuck around with them, then that would rub off on me, and then in turn possibly hurt my kids,
Yeah.
and I didn't want that.
No,
I mean, I did not mean to make this a downer. Like,
no, it's not a downer, dude. I think it's I'm learning a lot about you, but I'm also like learning a lot about myself too, because I mean I deal with male abandonment issues in my life still, and it's a little bit different. It wasn't abuse, but it was neglect, and it was one of those dad was in prison kind of situations. But yeah, I mean
Yeah.
I relate to you, man. I mean it's the father son dynamic is a crazy one. It's a crazy one, and like me having two sons of my own now, I wish I would have dealt with a lot of stuff like with a psychiatrist before I had kids, because now you do seem to like almost you try to live through your children a little bit, and you're not trying to.
Yeah. Sometimes it's so funny when like they're watching a show and like they just click next episode and I look at them and it's like, man, I had to wait a whole nother week in order to watch the next episode of that show.
Right. There was no such thing as binge watching unless you went and like buy it off about like a VHS set of something.
Yeah, yeah. If and I told my son is like, if we missed the episode when it aired, we had to wait till summer when it did reruns.
Yeah. Yeah, there was no like go back and watch. Like TiVo wasn't even around yet. You couldn't even record it.
Yeah, both my kids have cell phones, and it's like we do it so that they can like we can get a hold of them, but then my daughter's just on Pinterest all the time, or she's just lays in her bed and she's just doom scrolling. It's like, dude, get out of your bed, go do something else.
Oh yeah, no, I don't even let my kid even touch TikTok because I know that doom scrolling is so ridiculous.
Yeah, well, we don't. So they don't have social media. The only thing that they're allowed to have is Pinterest, and we heavily monitor it.
Yes, which gosh, it's the best thing a parent can do. I feel like it's just, and you don't have to sit there and shame them, but you're doing it to protect them because I mean, heck, there was this. Did you ever watch a documentary called The Social Dilemma?
I don't think I've actually actively watched it, but I've probably got the cliff notes.
Yeah.
Of it.
But like even like the Pinterest CEO was getting interviewed on this documentary, and he was like, "Yeah, I don't want my kids to have social media at all." And you're like,
Yeah.
You're the CEO of Pinterest. It's like,
Yeah, you market it to our kids, but you don't want it for your own.
Absolutely. And that's the thing, he's being transparent about it. He's like, yes, because like they are not good. Like altogether, they're not good for your kids at all. He's like, I'm just being frank. Like he's like, I did not realize what would happen, long term after, developing, because like what he had good intentions. I just did a giant U-turn. He had really good intentions with Pinterest, and he even he is, out of all the different social medias, Pinterest is probably one of the least like mentally invasive as far as like selling your information and everything.
Yeah, I mean, from what I've seen of it, it's mostly just mood boards and memes.
My wife
mostly
spends
uses
so
it
much
for
time on
memes.
Pinterest. She loves it. It actually just keeps creating honey-do list projects for me, is all it does.
Yeah. I don't mind the honeydews as long as I know how to do it.
Yeah, I mean, I told her, I was like, if you can get me a detailed photograph or like a drawing, I can definitely replicate anything you give me. But when it comes to just like design building out of nothing, it's a little harder for me.
Yeah.
Is this it? Man, I feel like I'm definitely finally hitting like the wall as to how to get out of this final level. Okay, this does look new, but
Yeah, I think that's the intentionality of the design, is they want you to get lost to then drum up the suspense. Not that anything's going to come out you, but I would hate to get lost, especially when everything looks the same.
I know. I'm just trying to look at what's okay.
Giving me MC Escher vibes.
Is this? Yeah, for real.
But yeah, this age with my kids is fun. And then my wife's grandma just reminded me that 2 more years and one of my kids could be driving.
Oh, that's nice for her to remind you of that, even though like we all really don't want to come to terms with that information.
Yeah, no, I think I'm just gonna make the decision that I'm just gonna postpone when they learn how to drive. Like I want, my oldest will be 17 and my youngest will be 16. I'm like, I'm just gonna teach you both at the same time.
There you go, perfect.
I mean, I drive a CDL vehicle. Like, I could probably teach them. I've taught let's see, I'm the oldest of five, and I taught 3 out of the 4.
Wow. Dude, what is going on?
I've driven a school bus. I currently drive a concrete mixer truck. I've driven a semi. I think I can teach my kids how to drive a vehicle.
Yeah. Oh no, you're probably a wonderful driver with all those different things under your belt.
Yeah.
Dude, I'm so close to beating this thing. I just don't know which way to go. I have to be. This is the last level. Come on. I didn't get lost at all until now. Final level, really? I don't know if
Yeah.
I've gone
As far
this
as my kids and social media, we're gonna just, as soon as they're ready to hit that point, then we'll have just heavily moderate everything. No private messaging anybody.
Mm-hmm. Because it's not your kids you're worried about. It's everyone else out there. That's the problem. Right. You know you've taught your kids. Okay, this is new. I think I finally went the right way.
Yeah, they're definitely not gonna get on Twitter, because screw that cesspool of a platform.
Oof. Yeah, I don't use Twitter at all, or X or whatever they call it now.
I think if anything, I'll probably let them be on Blue Sky, and then maybe have a kid's version of Instagram, but that's about it. And even then, that's pushing it.
What's Blue Sky?
So Blue Sky is created by Jack Dorsey. I believe it's created by Jack Dorsey, who created Twitter. But it's a open source platform where you're in control of your content.
Okay.
I mean, it definitely feels like old school Twitter. I still have to build mine, but like I have a page, I just haven't really like done.
Oh my
anything with it
gosh. Dude. This is where I came in. What? How? Did they just do that to me? I totally went reverse. I thought the other one was reverse, so then turned around. This was actually reverse. So I should have went down the escalators, because the escalators were actually before I got down here. So I thought the escalators earlier were those, but they weren't. Oh my gosh, that's ridiculous, dude. How did I just do that? That's a mind bender right there. Like, I literally came out of Chrome like, yep, definitely done these before, but I didn't. At least I know what they're trying to do now. Now, if I go down those escalators and I end up in the same place again, I'm really gonna be tripped out because they're on the opposite side of the building. Okay, go all the way across here.
Yeah, I think next week I'm gonna do a digital cleanse on my computer.
Really?
Yeah. Well, I have like 6 terabytes of storage on this thing. I just really need to go through and check for redundant stuff and just clean it up.
Yeah. I only have a 2 terabyte hard drive with this computer. So I don't
Is that that's a
SSD.
NVMe
Yeah.
attached directly to the motherboard deal?
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have any of those. Mine are mechanical. Well, I mean, I have 2 SSDs, and then I have 4 mechanical drives.
Dang, man. I have a 4 terabyte mechanical drive too that I just plug in to like put like important stuff on and plug it again.
Yeah, well, I'm a part-time graphic designer. Like, I literally have one drive just dedicated to assets, fonts, and past works,
Oh,
and it's
my
almost
gosh.
full because it's 2 terabytes and it's almost full.
Dude. This is where I came in. This is just ridiculous at this point.
What are you gonna play next when you beat this one?
If I beat it tonight, dude, do you remember from when you watched Markiplier what the deal was here? Because I don't want to spend too much more time on this one.
I'll be honest, I think I fell asleep at chapter 4. I'm an old man. I'll be 36 this year.
Okay, you're a little older than me. I
When
wouldn't
my
call, I
son,
wouldn't call you an
when my
old
son,
man.
when my son turns 18, that will be the year I turn 40.
So I found out that when my youngest, who's about to be 8 months old, when my youngest turns 18, I will still be in my 40s for 2 more months. So that's exciting.
Yeah.
So I won't be like an old fart.
I mean, I wanted to start early. I wanted to enjoy the teen years.
Wait. Now I'm confused. Why does it know this familiar?
Yeah, you've already been in that room.
Is this the end right here? Nope, this is just a dead end. There's one level where that's how you ended it. Is this death? This looks like death. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I've been in this room already? Right here?
Mm-hmm. I mean, when you first came into it, you were coming from that side.
So this should still take me back to where I was under that water anyways. Where I thought I was... Okay, right? I don't know if I'm actually going all the way back at the beginning, because I mean, I thought when I got... That's right. Okay. I went this way before. I never went this way. I came from the left down these stairs and went straight that way to begin with. I never even tried this way. That's what it was. So that was just a giant loop. And I need to go right. Or, because I came down those stairs, so that's all the area I wanted. So this is the way I need to go. What I'm hoping is something weird happens right now to confirm that this is like a milestone. I see a lot of sirens.
I think the best advice I got when my oldest was like 2 years old was don't model who you were based on who raised you, but model who you want to be. As far as like raising my kids, like I wanted my kids, I wanted their dad to be the dad I wanted, not the dad I got.
Gotcha.
Which is why I modeled it off of my grandpa, because he embodied all those things.
See, it's kind of crazy because I have a stepdad and I still have my real father in my life, and both of them are a dad I don't want to be in their own ways. I'm like, so I had two, and I still haven't found one I want to be.
Yeah.
And they don't. No offense to either of them. They're cut from a different kind of cloth than I want to, weave. One of them is not meaning to, but is like supposed to be retiring this year, and then just kind of keeps focusing on like his own life. It's weird. Like you would think, like you meet him the first time, and you're like, yeah, wow. Like again, like this is not negative, but you meet him. Oh my gosh, dude, I remember this now. I did go this way already. Oh my dude, the never-ending freaking level. But he's kind of like he works part-time or full, I guess technically full-time, and like every time he calls me to check on like his grandkids, it's more like, hey man, how are you doing? Oh, guess what happened to me? Guess what happened to me? Guess what happened yesterday? It's all like just kind of like his life and like him sharing his life. And I'm like, hey, like, you want to ask about your grandkids, or do you want to like, it's like, hey, like, you want to take a step outside of yourself for a minute and like focus on the fact that the next generation's actually in your life and like cares about you. And
that's that narcissism.
It is, yeah. And they don't even like, and every time they come over to hang out or spend time with their kids, instead of spend time with the kids, it's more like, hey, I brought the iPad so you can look at all the pictures I took. You're like, dude, open up your eyes. Like, you've got grandkids that want to spend time with you. And so there's that, and I have my stepfather who I spent most of my life since I was 9 years old calling dad, and he's so focused on business, like making money, business, rental properties, like running the glass shop. That I'm like, dude, like, like there's more to life than that, right? Like, what are you doing? And so then like again, like he's checked out mentally because he's so focused on his business that he can't even be a grandpa. So I'm more upset by the fact that I don't have very good grandpa examples for my kids. That on my side, my wife's side has a phenomenal father, and he does a great job. And so like that's their grandpa more than anything. But I don't know. A part of my mind, I always almost feel guilty that like my kids don't have that because of my parents. And it's something I could have really ever controlled. I guess. I mean, I didn't make that happen, but it happened.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's just it's. I've also always kind of like it was really hard for me because my best friend since like seventh grade just got a job offer, like a job offer of a lifetime, dude. I mean, like I cannot be mad at him for taking the job he took. You're never gonna get that opportunity again. And he took it, but it was in Kentucky, and so he just moved him and his wife to Kentucky. And I'm like, bro, like you're my best friend. Like we've spent so much time together. Now you're just kind of like far away. And dude, and I'm not usually a super emotional person, but like the day I found out that he was moving away, it kind of broke me a little bit because I was like, bro, like, oh, like you're just not gonna be here. Like he's my best man at my wedding. Like, it's just like I don't know. Like I think the male abandonment part of me that I've been kind of like burying, it got hit again. Even though I know he's not leaving me or anything, we're still gonna be best friends. But like just like that moment, you have to like come to terms with it. Like, yeah, this is like the day you're leaving, okay? And I may not see you for a year.
Yeah. Well, I think it's because you're grieving the time that you're not going to be able to have.
Yeah, because it used to be like once a month we would spend time together, and he'd come over, we'd spend 2 or 3 hours out around the fire pit, just like grabbing a beer and like just talking about stuff, and like we could talk about anything, and like so we could still do that through video call and phone calls and stuff. So I mean, I haven't lost that by any means, but it's just different, man. It's just different when like you don't have that like in person like interaction anymore. But
Yeah, I feel that.
I'm surprised you're. I mean, have you gotten tired yet? You
No,
getting there?
I'm still,
No.
I'm still going.
Dude,
But I mean, I've also been off work all this week, so from weather and then today. Oh man, yesterday I slipped, um, and I wasn't even at work when it happened, but I slipped on some ice and just tweaked my back real bad.
oof.
So I've
That's
been. I told the boss last night. I was like, I'm not going to be in work today. Not that I would really care to be. Like we only had like 70 yards of concrete, so I would have like one load, and I'll be sitting on my butt most of the day. Like I'd rather just stay home.
Yeah, for sure.
Um, but no, like most of this week was just because of weather, just too cold to pour. Uh, we got to have a certain temperature in order to be able to pour for
So
certain
you drive a
stuff.
concrete truck, don't you?
Hmm.
How do you? What's that like? Pretty cool.
Well, I mean, it's not too bad. I mean, of all of the CDL trucks that you can drive, mixer truck is one of the most dangerous. And the reason why that is because I have a drum that's constantly spinning. So going around turns, depending on how much mix I have with me, like I'm a Class B vehicle for CDL, so it's like not terribly long. I think it's like 28 foot long, but like full load, we weigh as much as a full semi and trailer, which is about 80,000 pounds.
Oh wow.
So like, it's, I mean, I drive like a grandma, so like it's not that big of a deal. Like, I know I can't drive. Like if an embankment says the speed limit's 35, I better be going only 25 because it's not that speed isn't meant for me.
Yeah.
So I mean, the driving part of it's not that bad. It's mostly just I'm constantly in water. So like I have a 150-gallon tank on my truck filled with water, and right now it's hot water. So definitely wear your gloves. You don't want to be spraying without wearing your gloves because you will get second-degree burns.
Oh wow, it's that hot, huh?
Just keeping your load within the right slump. So your slump, the lower the number, the drier it is. So like a 3 is like pretty dry. 2 is typically what curbs are poured at, and then we're pouring the Google server infrastructure in Kansas City right now.
Cool.
Most of those pours are like a 7, so it's a pretty wet mix because it's got to go through a pump. I mean, it's not that bad. Like, I got it, I started the job in September. I was done with training in November, and I've already had 2 raises
That's
since
awesome,
then.
dude.
So, I mean, I don't care if anyone knows, but I'm making 27.
It's good
Which
money.
isn't bad. It's not bad for what I'm doing.
Yeah, for sure.
And then in the summer, oh my goodness, the summer is going to be so much overtime. Because that's when all the big pours are going to happen. So we're in the slow season right now because winter going into spring, just a lot of moisture, so a lot of rain out days. So I'm just trying to do stuff to keep my day busy, which is why I'm working with the clothing brand to do something.
I actually about I don't know how many years ago it was, but I had the inspiration to start a clothing line of my own. I never actually went as far as I was thinking I was going to go with it, but it was called Uncommon Believer was going to be the name of it. And I thought it'd be really neat to have kind of like an athletic kind of brand of clothing where it's more like workout gear, but like you can pick like a life verse, like whatever verse like represents your life, and it'll like post it on the back of your collar of your clothing. And then
Cool.
I know, so it's like each person has like their own customized. Oh look, is this the end? Okay, what is going on here? Trippy, it's chess, but not chess because everyone's just a person. Look at that! Oh, what a face! The shines they did on this game are phenomenal.
Yeah, you definitely looks like you got ray tracing turned on.
Oh, I turned on everything just to make sure it would look the
Definitely
best.
putting that 4070 to use.
Yeah, what's funny? Okay, so this whole time I'm streaming, and even when I'm playing Black Ops 6, and I run Black Ops 6 on full graphics too, but when I'm playing and streaming, my CPU is 1%.
Yeah.
I'm like, what? How?
Yeah. I told the wife if I ever decide to stream again, I'm definitely going to have to get one of those like mini PCs, and that's just going to be the PC that does all the streaming.
Really? You think that's a better route to go versus just getting like a bigger, beefier computer?
Well, I mean, there's different rules of thought, but like if you can just dedicate one system for one function and the other one for another, it makes a whole lot easier. Like if I just have a PC that just does streaming, I don't have to worry about the game causing the stream to hiccup in any way. Because at that point, all the streaming PC's doing is just carrying my signal from my gaming PC.
It's true. Yeah,
Definitely.
like the game capture card is kind of nice too when you can just use that with a console and just throw that into a game. You use that for your Nintendo Switch, don't you?
Yeah. Yeah, when I started, I was doing Animal Crossing, Pokemon, and stuff like that.
Interesting.
But I currently don't have a Switch anymore because I had to sell it.
I'm sorry, dude. That's a bummer.
No, don't worry about it.
No, I know how that feels. Like when you get to a point where, like, okay, I have to start getting ready to stuff that maybe I don't even want to sell, but need to do it.
Yeah.
Got to pay some bills.
Yeah, it was. I was in the. At that point, I was going to driving school to get my Class A. I was pretty adamant I was going to drive a big rig and do that thing. I worked for a company for 2 months, and it was they sell it one way and they deliver another, and I just no, I was just not. They told me, so I was sitting in a hotel room. Like, I mean, they paid for the hotel, but I'm waiting on a trainer, and just like day after day, like I'm running out of money. It's in my pocket. I'm in Nebraska. My family's in Kansas City, and I can't see them. I'm calling them. Um, and so they finally tell me, "Oh, we're gonna give you a rental, and you need to go to Oklahoma. That's where your trainer is."
What?
And
Why am I in Omaha then?
uh, they I messed up on my taxes, and so for state they pulled my whole paycheck.
Oh
So I had no money. My phone was shut off. I was using hotel
Yikes.
Wi-Fi to contact anybody. Um, it was just bad news bears. And finally, like I got it corrected, and the next week I had a paycheck. But like most of that was just playing catch up for the check I didn't get the week before, and it was terrible. So I literally trained with my trainer for a week, and I was like, no, this is not for me. And so I told him, I was like, I don't care, get me a bus ticket. I'm going home. I'm done with this.
Yeah.
Because they'll tell you, oh yeah, you'll be home weekly, like you'll be home every weekend. But what they don't tell you is that your home is your truck. Doesn't I could be out in Texas.
Yeah, that's not
No,
home.
I was like, no. You don't get to just use the word and not like deliver on it. So I was like, that's when I went to the concrete company. I was like, I don't care. Like it, sure, it's like a couple dollars less an hour if you like break it down. I was like, I'd rather be able to see my family every single day. But yeah, so I was in school for get my Class A, and we were doing that Amazon Flex to, that was our full time job when, because I didn't have another job because the school was during the day. It was like 7 to 4, Monday through Friday for 4 weeks, and so I was doing that. We were doing Amazon, and just bills were piling up, and so I sold stuff. I sold my Mac Mini, and so I'm using my other computer because I was going to stream and have the Mac Mini be the streaming PC and the gaming computer be the gaming PC. I sold my iPad. If there's anything I miss that I sold, is probably that.
The Mac Mini.
No, my iPad Pro. Like I
Oh,
have a
really?
regular iPad, but the iPad Pro, like,
Yeah, iPads are wonderful. Like they're nice to have.
yeah. So I'm definitely like, when we get our tax return, I'm definitely gonna getting another iPad Pro, especially since now like I'm an art director for this clothing line. I need to be able to draw stuff. Um, I'm not designing with mouse and keyboard anymore.
Yeah, I've heard those drawing pads are awesome.
Yep.
Right, I think this is the end finally up here.
But yeah, I mean, the wife told me I didn't have to sell it. We could have figured out a different way, but I
I
knew
mean,
that
you
like
kinda, maybe.
it was the quickest way to get some breathing room.
Yeah.
So I don't regret it. I miss some things, but I don't regret it.
Like
The one thing the
you
wife
can
told
always
me I
have them
couldn't.
back, later on.
Yeah, the one thing the wife told me I adamantly could not sell. Well, two things. I could not sell the Xbox, and I couldn't sell the Steam Deck.
Does she use the Steam Deck all the time too?
No, it was a Christmas gift from our roommate in 2023, and she's like, no, 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 no. One, he spent a bunch of money on that thing, and two, like, you love it. Like, don't get rid of that thing. You will instantly regret it as soon as you hand it over to somebody else. Like, you're right.
I found kind of a neat little way to make some side money. So you can actually get on. There's a website called equip-bid.com. You ever heard of that?
No.
So it's basically like every local online auction, but like all the liquidation auctions and everything on there, and like you can just download the app right off the website to your phone, and then it makes it even easier to use. But you click on it, it'll show like, hey, there's an auction happening like tomorrow, and it ends at like 6 p.m. tomorrow. But like when you go on that auction, it's like you pick up is like in North Kansas City or some. They're all over the place. There's some in like Lenexa, some are in like Blue Springs, but there's like 100 different auctions going at the same time. But when you get on there, it's like 600 different items that came out of like an Amazon, maybe a truck that got maybe like pallet got damaged, so everything got damaged, and then whatever wasn't damaged is being now like liquidated. So you can get on there and like bid $2 or whatnot on like an item that's worth 40, and a lot of times you end up getting it. Like no one else sees it in time, so you just get the item for cheap. But then you just turn around on eBay and just sell it for the full price because it's not damaged or anything. There's nothing. It's brand new. But then at the end of each auction, whatever didn't sell on the previous auction is in boxes. So they'll just take a large box and they'll just fill it full of brand new items from Amazon, like random stuff. They don't even look at what it is. They just dump it all in there. And then you can get the box, bid on it for like $6 to $10 for an entire box full of products, and go home and you have no idea what's going to be in it. I mean, it could be anything. And then you just take those items out and then you add up the values of each item and you're like, oh my gosh, I have $400 worth of Amazon stuff. Like a $6 box could yield me $400. And then all you gotta do is market it, copy paste the information on eBay for like $5 less than everywhere else because you paid nothing for it basically, and drop ship basically. It's this giant drop shipping avenue. Oh look,
I will say, looking at all of these statues is definitely giving me the sleeping angels. That's not what they're called, but the angels from Doctor Who. Like when you look at them, they don't move, but when you blink, they do move.
yeah, I see what you mean.
Weeping angels. That's what they're called. Weeping angels.
Here's the end. Okay, well, that's done. It was all a VHS this whole time. Can I like skip this or anything? Oh yeah, here we go. Man, it didn't take very many people to make this. Okay.
You'd be surprised how few people it takes to make a decent game.
Oh, I could have turned the walking speed up. Well, that's good to know now. Yeah, I don't really even have like these things right here. I had no idea if turning those up or down would be a good thing. I was like, I don't know. A lot of features for being a small game. I don't know. I don't want to see that again. All right. So now here's where it gets fun. Did you know that Steam has the big picture mode now on PCs?
Mm-hmm.
I just the other day my buddy showed me that. I was like, That is crazy. Like it basically becomes like a Netflix.
Yeah,
I actually
it's kind of
downloaded
it's kind of
Phasmophobia.
how the Steam Deck. So this screen right here is how the Steam Deck is.
I actually got this game and I haven't even started playing it yet. Have you ever heard of it? Kingdom Come to Deliverance.
I have it in my I believe I have it. I don't think I've ever played it. It was one of those games I just picked up. Oh, but I think I have it on Epic.
Yeah, I don't know what to play, dude, for next
I
for.
yeah, I like playing just like small little indie games.
There is so many of those on here too. I don't even know what
Um,
any of them are. If you,
so if you like old school Diablo, like Diablo 1, Diablo 2, there's one I picked up. It was like $6 at the time. It's called Halls of Torment.
I think that's on. I think that's actually on here. Pretty good.
I like it. So you'll start off with one character, and then you you keep leveling up your character, and then like you can die and you'll go right back to the beginning. But then you'll like when you hit certain objectives, you'll actually unlock more characters. And so I think I just unlocked the Shield Maiden, and each character has like their own preset of what they do, and it's just a lot of fun. It's like Diablo meets Vampire Survivors if you've ever played that.
Yeah, I've got all the DLCs for Vampire Survivors, and I've played the absolute heck out of
I've got all of them except for the is it Contra was the newest one that just came out?
it. No, I didn't even know about that one. So I guess I don't have
Yeah,
all of them.
yeah. I'm looking at the store page. Oh, not Contra. That was a little bit ago. I think it's Castlevania is the newest one.
Yeah, I know I have that one.
Yeah, that's the only DLC I don't have on Vampire Survivors.
I don't know what any of these games are.
Yeah,
Okay, know what? Like, obviously, some of them are, but I mean, a lot of
and
these like.
I only have half of the achievements in Vampire Survivors.
See, and then I have the Ultimate Xbox Pass too, so I have like I could go through that and pick a game too for next stream. But like I've had like almost analysis paralysis because I'm waiting. I mean, Black Ops 6, I've already finished the Battle Pass, so I mean that season needs to end now before I can really do much with it. And I'm like, I also noticed that streaming wise, I don't know, Black Ops 6 is not like a great game for streaming.
No, it also doesn't help that you're in the just chatting screen.
Well, I did, yeah,
Like
I did
you're in
that.
the just chatting channel, so if someone's actively looking for a specific game, like you're not going to show up because
Yeah, I
you're
usually
just
put it in
chatting.
Black Ops 6, but I knew I would. I mean, whenever I'm playing Black Ops 6, I usually keep it in the Black Ops 6. But since I knew it'd be kind of a variety stream, anyways, I didn't really want to put it underneath one specific thing. I have not figured out. You can't really change, like, you can change your channel, right, during the stream, but you can't change any information. Like, if you, like, let's say you put a description out in the title and you're streaming, like, 2 hours in, you want to, like, go a different road with your stream, you can't change it like without just ending the stream completely and then starting a brand new stream again,
Mm,
right?
you should be able to in your I don't know how it is on YouTube, but I know on Twitch when you go to your uh, stream manager, maybe it's your creator dashboard.
What is
Yeah, if
this?
you go to your stream manager, you should be able to edit stream information.
Do you see this game? Super win the game. What is this, a Mario port?
Mm,
It's got
maybe.
Super Mario Brothers vibe. I'm doing this. I just want to see what this is. Knowing my buddy Josh, he's got such a crazy idea in the mind, and it's like he will buy these crazy games that make no sense just for the fun of it. Let's see. This might be stream worthy. Super win the game. 2 megs, dude. Like, what game can be 2 megs? That's a picture.
Mm,
33 achievements? Are you kidding me? How can... Okay, how is it not just letting me play it? Is it like that bad? It won't even load?
No, it's probably so it says 2 megs, but it's probably has like other things it's downloading in the background, like shaders.
Oh. I think it's gonna... This is gonna be a waste of time.
I mean,
It's got controller support. Wow.
it's $8 on Steam,
Really?
and I'm looking at the pictures, and it like the overworld map looks like old school Final Fantasy. Then you have like Mario 2 side-scrolling maps.
Wow. Okay. Super win the game.
Oh, it feels like a Zelda 2.
Start
remake.
original game. Okay. What? So there's seeds like Minecraft?
Yeah, I'm sure each world is different.
Okay, let's see what the original is. Okay. Yeah. To read signs. Oh, okay. He's also a huge 8-bit fan, so. I love that I'm playing this on a TV, though, on my screen. It does remind me of old school Zelda a lot.
Alrighty, well, I just got word from the boss. I need to go to bed.
Uh-oh.
No, I'm not in trouble. She just like told me to get you up in the morning.
No, my wife gets mad when I stay up late too on Friday night. She's like, we got stuff to do on Saturday, man. You can't just be up till like 2 or 3 in the morning. I'm like, I will probably be up till 2:30.
Yeah, no, I got some TikTok scripts I gotta write and record in the morning.
Gotcha. Okay.
Gotta promote some stuff. But it was a pleasure talking to you.
Hey, buddy. We'll talk again soon. I appreciate you hopping on.
Yep, I'll probably.
Hey, I'm really happy for you that you're going through this journey right now with your psychiatrist and everything. That's awesome.
Yep. So I'll let you know when I start doing podcast episodes again.
Yeah, sounds good, man. I'd love to listen to them.
Alrighty, man.
You got
Till
a fan
next
for
time.
life, bro.
I appreciate it. You got
Alright.
a fan for me too.
Awesome, dude. Appreciate you. Have a good night.
Alright, man.
Tell Kelly I said hi.
We'll do.
I see you. This game is very ridiculous. Can't do it. Sorry. It's too much. Maybe another time. 2016. What are these games, man? I'm ready for that. That'd be too much for me. Hmm. Interesting. Okay. Switch over to this. Now let's kind of do some searching here. Main story. 25 hours. Hmm. Interesting. What's that one? Amanda was talking about it. We were here. What else here? We were here. much about the game, does it? Might be fun. All right, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stop for the night. I'll probably be on during the day tomorrow. My son maybe playing some more Roblox or Minecraft, whichever one he wants to do. But yeah, do this one last battle and get some sleep. It's 2 in the morning. I've been going for about 2.5 hours here. I am trying to scale my streams down just a little bit in the beginning here. I think my streams were a little bit long-winded to begin with, just based on what I've read. So, as much as I love playing long range, it's more of a down the road kind of thing. So, while I'm finishing this up, I do want to make sure I re-mention one more time that I'm working with Excess Energy right now. Awesome product, a healthy alternative to energy drinks that gives you that boost you need. About just under 7,000% of B12 vitamins is where you get your energy from. And it has, I think, some B6 and some caffeine, but it's really a great product. Tastes amazing. You can't beat the flavor. If you got any questions or anything about it, in the About Me page, there's a link you can click within just by clicking the logo. So, yeah, definitely check it out if you can. I think you guys will be really surprised by different flavors they have. They got one of them that's like electric lemon. Oh my gosh, it's perfect. It's got that nice little lemon carbonation. But yeah, there's lots of different options on there as far as different flavors. 16, I think, is how many they have. Yeah, look into that, and I'm gonna go ahead and end here, and I will see you guys here this weekend. I'll be on maybe 1 or 2 more times. So, looking forward to meeting all of you guys. And if you're watching the stream after it's live, I know I'm on late night, but would love to meet you. Maybe one time we can actually be on at the same time. So, thank you so much. Talk to you soon.